Gentlemen, this is Chris, and this is my channel, Barnon 11970. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to listen to what I have to say. I'm using the new Google, the new YouTube screen share, because I want to test this and see if it will actually work. So with that being said, there's something that I want to share that I noticed, and that was with one of the speeches that Donald Trump had today. Now, if you listen to the video I did a little bit earlier about what I think could be potentially happening, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, how I feel that this system is rigged on both ends. And Hillary is the evil person to set up the whole potential investigation. Trump's side, in my opinion, is supposed to be the good cop, but there's something he said, and I want to show this to you. So I'm going to try the screen share on this for the first time, so hopefully it will work. And if you want to leave a comment, you can. But I want you to listen to this. Hopefully it works. So bear with me on this if I get it wrong, because I'm testing out the YouTube live show to see if it will work. So let me put it on screen capture. All right, so it's showing it now. With fair use, I can only show a little bit. So I want you to listen to what he's about to say here, so listen very carefully.
The main victims of these riots are law-abiding African-American citizens living in these neighborhoods. It's their job, it's their homes, it's their schools and communities which will suffer the most as a result. There's no compassion in tolerating lawless conduct for anyone. Crime and violence is an attack on the poor and will never be accepted in a Trump administration. The narrative has been pushed aggressively for years, and now by our current administration and pushed by my opponent, Hillary Clinton, is a totally false one. You know that. The problem in our poorest communities is not that there are too many police. The problem is that there are not enough police.
Okay, so I'm going to stop it right there. Hopefully people were able to see that and actually hear it. Now, if you listen to what he's saying, now first of all, he's reiterating about how bad Hillary is. Notice how he's saying that not only is there not enough, he's basically saying in a nutshell that he thinks we don't have enough police. He is 100% into saying that the cops are all doing great jobs. Now, if you've been in this community for a while trying to learn what's going on, you see a lot of situations where there's a lot of dishonest cops. So for him to basically kind of keep having that whole rah-rah flag-waving speeches of, we support the police, and I'm not going to suggest to say every cop is bad. I mean, I have family members that are police, and they don't cause these problems. But like they say, a few bad apples spoil the tree. And if you saw some of the protests that happened at Wall Street, Occupy Wall Street, and other places where, there were people already down on their knees and in handcuffs, and they would be pepper sprayed. Now, what's my point behind this? I was talking about the fact that there could be a potential martial law situation. Well, how do you get the people? Because first of all, if there's going to be martial law, you're going to have a lot of people that are going to keep you indoors. And that is going to be not only the military, but it's also going to be the police. Well, you have to have a reason why you're going to justify, and the people will allow, an enormous amount of new police. Because if you keep frightening them with all these potentially false flag events or taking advantage of real events, it doesn't matter whether they're real or fake at this point. But if you get them scared enough and you tell them, oh, I will protect you And all of a sudden, people are okay with the fact of, let's build up our military, let's build up our police force. Well, if that situation in my other video takes place, well, we cheered them and okayed it for them to hire more people to keep us in line, if that is the case. I find that very disturbing. Now, of course, that doesn't mean this is going to happen, but to me, it's almost that evil genius kind of thing that they're saying things that you want to hear, but you don't see further than the actual noise that comes out of their mouth at that moment, and you don't project it into what does that mean for something in the future. So if you haven't seen my video I made about 2 or 3 hours ago, I highly recommend you watch it, because I'm talking about the fact that there are potential rumors that Obama could end up with a third term, with either the people rioting because everybody wants Donald Trump, and when Hillary gets selected in, the people will riot, which means they'll have to have a great use for that extra military and that extra amount of police force to have the martial law. That's one of a couple of scenarios that could have happened. So I'm telling people to be very careful about this. The more I listen, the more I realize, like I've said before, if you have 99 pounds of ice cream and 1 pound of crap and you mix them together, what do you have? I'm sure most of you know the answer to that right now. It's 100 pounds of crap. And I just feel like he's playing the good cop, that this is a good cop, bad cop. And you don't hear much from Obama these days. But if it ends up that Hillary gets selected and not elected, either the people will riot, and that could cause martial law, which could allow Obama to stay in presidency, and the people will cheer it. Because somebody left a comment earlier saying, if Obama got a third term because of the scenarios that could create a martial law event that makes him have to continue to stay in office, they were saying, oh, the people wouldn't tolerate that. The people, they're so indoctrinated with all this stuff, they don't care. They're getting their free stuff. They'll cheer it. So, I mean, like I said, I hope I'm totally wrong about this stuff, but it's my thing is, if you stay away from these events and see them for what they potentially could be, then you reduce the risk of having problems come to you and your family. Now, of course, I could be 100% wrong, and that's fine. You don't lose out on anything if you're wrong about this. I just want people to hear my perspective, because obviously, even when if I say I don't want to do it anymore, people still want me to keep saying things and sharing my opinion, so that's what I'm sharing. So, I would love to know what you guys think about it. Leave your comments. From what I've understood is trying to work on this, it takes a long time for this to upload. So I don't know how long it's going to take if you haven't seen it live. And I don't see anybody scrolling any comments, so I don't even know if this is working. So I guess we'll find out eventually. But people have to be careful here. It's just, my gut is telling me that this is, he's not going to be the savior that everybody wants him to be. And Yoda D says, hey, are you reading the chat? Yes, I am. You're the first person to actually post something, so it makes it a lot easier to read it. The Q&A doesn't work on this. I'm actually trying the YouTube live, and I guess it must be working. So I'm not going to keep this long this time. I guess it's something we're going to have to get used to, and I have to get used to it. But I wanted to check this out to see if it would work. Again, once I stop this, I don't know how long it will take before it uploads. It took, the last time, just for the test, it was a 2-minute test. It took like 15, 16 minutes for it to process. The Google chat, it was almost instant. So it's just a lot more aggravating. So if you want to leave comments, let me know, but just be careful, ladies and gentlemen. I hope I'm wrong. I don't want to be right. But I have a feeling when he keeps talking about we have to build up the military and we have to build up the police force and the people are all cheering it and they're going to basically do the very thing we end up not wanting, because if there's martial law, those military and those police forces that we cheered and said, oh yeah, we really need them, might be turned against us. And we don't want that. So Yoda, congratulations on if that's what you're going to do, I'll just, easily just block you. Obviously, it's one of my stalkers. This is their achievement. So anyway, I'm going to end this right now. If you appreciate it, you can give it a thumbs up. You can give it a thumbs down if you want. Doesn't affect me either way. If you want to share it or anything like that, that's great. If you want to hit subscribe, that's even better. So thanks for listening, and I guess we'll see come this January and actually come this November. Peace out.